I don't know if you guys have ever tried the boxing game, this VR stuff, but it is probably the best source of cardio I've done in my entire life. What's going on, guys? Alex Eubank here, teenage bodybuilder. So today's video is going to be really important for a lot of you guys because obviously a lot of gyms are closing down because of the coronavirus. Now I'm going to go over with you the best tips, either supplement wise or just workout tip wise, that you guys can include to prevent muscle loss and, if anything, to gain a little bit of muscle during your time off of not going to the gym. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to be going over again H&B, something I talk about in a lot of videos. BCAAs and glutamine, vitamin D, protein, types of training you can do. Alright, so we're first going to start off with HMB. It's obviously one of my favorite supplements. I've been taking it for about only a month and a half now, but I talk about it in a lot of videos. What's so good about HMB is that it's one of its, so basically there's leucine, which is an amino acid, actually one of the most researched amino acids, one of the most strongest amino acids when it comes to building muscle and to preventing muscle breakdown, like catabolic generation of muscle tissue, big words. So what HMB does, it's a metabolite of leucine, so it's a smaller component of it, but it has many properties for protein synthesis, which is allowing you to build more muscle, and then it also has good anti-catabolic properties. Catabolic is the breakdown of cells, alright? So that's like when you're losing muscle. Anabolic is like building muscle, so it's like the opposite of catabolic. So HMB is really good and beneficial when you're in a state where you're either not going to the gym as much or you're not eating as much because it's hard to get food now. Especially with restaurants starting to close down, so H&B will help you to kind of preserve that muscle, especially when you're in a deficit. Alright, so I got a study for H&B here. I got two of them. First one states, in several studies combining H&B supplementation and resistance exercise, researchers have concluded that H&B may play an important role in reducing protein degradation and increasing recovery of damaged muscle cells. Here's another scientific study. H&B supplementation maintain lean body mass to a greater extent to placebo when in a negative energy balance, meaning you're in a deficit, you're not eating as much calories. Now, if you don't have H&B, BCAAs and glutamine is also really good for that. Before I was on taking an H&B, I did BCAAs. I still take branched chain amino acids. That's what they're called. That's like what they're called, BCAAs. And what they do is they're similar to being like helping be anti-catabolic. They're better creating muscle protein synthesis because they're longer strands of amino acids. That's why they're called branched chain amino acids. They're harder to break down. So again, that's also going to help, as well as glutamine has also been shown to help with having anti-catabolic properties. Next up, we're going to be talking about vitamin D. Now, I take vitamin D. I first found out that I had a deficiency in it, which actually a lot of people have a vitamin D deficiency. And it's actually really crucial to testosterone production. In a 2011 randomized controlled study, researchers found men who were given a daily high dose of vitamin D supplement significantly increased their total test from 10.7, whatever that is, to 13.4. So that's obviously like a 30% increase almost. So that has to be beneficial. Having more testosterone, you can keep more muscle, you can build more muscle. So take vitamin D if you can. Usually you're going to have a deficiency in it anyway, so you really should be taking it. Anyways, vitamin D helps with muscle function regularly as it is, as well as bone function, so you really need to have better levels of vitamin D. Then you add on the testosterone benefits to it, it's definitely something that you should be taking. Next thing up is a high protein diet, but eating frequently throughout the day. So when you're not going to the gym, you're in this like stasis where you're going to be probably in a deficit, not eating as much, not going out as much. Try to keep your protein as high as possible, meaning and eating it frequently, having 4 to 5 meals a day, spreading it throughout the day so that you have a constant flow of amino acids in your bloodstream, so that instead of your body going to that muscle tissue to break down to use as energy, it's going to use those amino acids or go to your fat or anything but your muscle. I've got another study here. It says, together these results suggest that increased protein intake, if distributed evenly throughout the day, may prevent the loss of muscle mass during weight loss therapy. There it is. Alright, so just because you don't have access to a gym right now, don't be using that as an excuse to not work out at all. Before I got into bodybuilding, I did calisthenics for like 6 to 8 months and helped me build such a good foundation, doing handstands, push-ups, pull-ups, all that stuff. I got into this thing called Bar Brothers. So if you don't use your muscle, you're going to lose your muscle. So by providing a stimulus such as using your own body weight, it's going to prevent your body taking away that muscle tissue, like, oh, I'm not using this anymore, I don't need it anymore. It's going to show your body that you still need it, therefore it's not going to take it away. Got another study here conducted by the University of Alberta with competitive rowers after 10 weeks of weightlifting 3 times per week. 18 varsity female rowers were split into 2 groups. Both groups then did 6 weeks of maintenance resistance training, with one group training once per week and the other twice. The results: both groups improved their strength with 2 exercises they performed each week, maintained in 4 others. So you don't have to work out and provide too much of a stimulus just to preserve and keep and maintain your muscle. As long as your body sees that you're still using it here and there, it's going to keep it. So what I really highly recommend is switching to a calisthenics based type of workout, meaning push-ups, pull-ups, handstands, muscle-ups, core exercises. There's literally so much stuff you can do with your body weight dips. Highly recommend checking out Bar Brothers. That's kind of what got me into working out just fitness in the first place. A big tip with calisthenics though is because you need to focus on working different angles to get the best out of growth. So meaning, like, when you're doing push-ups, don't just do regular push-ups. You got to go to incline, decline push-ups, one-hand push-ups. There's so many different variations of bodyweight movements. We need to do all of them because you're not using, weight like incline bench, decline bench. You got to switch it up the same way. Pull-ups, there's wide grip, close grip, there's underhand, there's muscle-ups. There's a ton of different stuff you can do, so make sure you kind of get into that. I'll definitely be posting some more videos. I posted a video actually the other day. If you want to look at it, it's a push-based bodyweight workout. So I know it's going to be hard for a lot of you guys. I actually have a home gym, so I'm really blessed and lucky because I can still kind of hit the weights. But for you guys that aren't as fortunate, definitely go to calisthenics, take some of these supplements that I listed, but big time, keep working out. Don't just use it as an excuse. Hit the, start using your body weight, really get into it. It's actually really interesting and fun. Make sure that you're going to failure though throughout your sets, because you're using your own body weight. You need to kind of go up the intensity a little bit, so make sure you're kind of pushing your body still and not just doing like I'll do, a few sets of 25 push-ups and then think you're done. You got to go to failure. Make sure you're still kind of working yourself hard. If you guys have any questions when it comes to calisthenics training, I'm an expert, not really an expert, but I have a lot of experience with it because it was all I did when I first started working out. So you can feel free to hit me up on Instagram at alex_eubank15, and I'll give you some information, maybe some workout ideas and stuff like that when it comes to that. I'll also probably post some workout things on my Instagram, maybe to help you guys for bodyweight stuff. But also, if you guys have simple gym equipment like dumbbells, pull-up bar, bench, maybe still try to make the most of everything. Stick to your compound lifts and all of that. Again, I have an 8-week program on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me and check it out. Make sure you're subscribed. It's an 8-week program. I know a lot of you guys might not be able to use that right now, but for the future, when the gyms open back up, you can use it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe with this virus going around. Wash your hands, stay at home. Don't feel like forced to go to the gym if your gym hasn't closed down yet, because there's a lot of germs there. We don't want anyone getting sick, because when you get sick, that's when you can actually really lose muscle. So I hope you guys are good. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.